Baiting. What episode are on, killed?
15.
Hi everybody, welcome to PT Launch Lab. This is episode 15 today. I'm joined with Marcus Piera.
Pereira.
Might have known you were I've never known how to pronounce it, to be fair. What is it?
Well, you know, you took a gamble.
I don't know. I'd be straight away, I would know what I was saying here. But I thought, we've been mates all these years, I can't start asking how you pronounce it. Well, anyway, mate, yeah, so going back, how many years have we known each other?
Well, remember it came up on my Facebook the other day, and I think it was like 16 years ago.
Yeah.
Something like that. And you were in in that dog cage thing in my mum's backyard. Do you remember that wooden built crate?
And that's what's led us to here today, mate. So, yeah, some crazy times, good times. I think a lot of us started on the same route in that way, you know, like we all love to enjoy saying, love to have good times, but didn't always leave us then in the best situation, which is, that's what we'll probably just start with, mate. So, start back. We'll go as far back as you want, but let's get on to the main bit where it sort of either started going wrong, or did you start when you were younger? Were you always into sports? How did it sort of crumble? How did it come back to where we are today?
I think I was always heavily involved in sports. Always had a massive interest in martial arts. My granddad, Brian, had lent me Enter Dragon, Bruce Lee. And that was it, mate. I was knocking hell out at washy line bowling back garden, mate, pretending it was a dummy and all that. And that was it. That's where he got birth from. Started doing taekwondo, everything like that. Very ambitious. It was mad because I wanted to be Bruce Lee, Johnny Depp, and a fireman. You know what I mean? And I don't get where it all went wrong. But anyway, it worked out for the best in a way. But I think, yeah, so very, very gravitated towards sports as a young man, you know, endurance, track, all that type of stuff. And I was one of the first people in my year at school to be going to gym after school, because I was looking up to older lads, you know, a couple of years above. And I thought, I want to be like that.
How old are you now?
30.
Yeah, so when me and I, Jay, honestly, I'd like to say we were like the first ones that started training us, because my dad used to have us in, we had like a outhouse, which we converted into like a room down at my mum's now, but that used to, my dad used to have it at the gym, and he trained there for years. Like, as soon as we were born, he didn't go to the gym anymore, but always trained at home. And I think we were the first ones, because me and I, Jay, genetically, obviously, the exact same, being twins. And we both trained for 6 months, same weight, same rep, same everything. And his body completely changed, and I stayed the same. Make that make sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I can remember like a small scale bodybuilder. No one else at our school even were interested in weights at all. Yeah.
It's mad, isn't it? There's always a few at school in 1 year that just gravitate to it.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, some people play football, rugby, badminton, you know. Some people smash gym, and that was me. I remember nicking a bodybuilding magazine from shop, and local shop owner going absolutely leave because of it. And I'm upstairs pumping iron, mate. But it kind of, I think when you grow up, you know, you're a bit the same. You grow up, you get distracted, don't you? Whereas a little partying starts, being mischievous starts, all that type of stuff starts. You know, girlfriends, all that type of stuff, when you're just sidetracked from everything. Fitness becomes an hobby, not a passion anymore.
Absolutely.
You know, and then one thing leads to another.
Yeah, and that's who we are. Yeah, our was the same with boxing again. That's why it led me to do the final run again for you know, to achieve my dreams. You said last one. Like, obviously it's not about me today, but I were exactly the same. Whereas if I didn't have a fight set up, I'd be out. Yeah. We used to be wouldn't see him Fridays. Like,
Yeah, I remember that, mate.
I was still fighting then, but then I'd fight, and then I'd celebrate for 3 months, and unless I had a fight set up. And I always struggled with that. I never really realized how much it took me away from achieving things until now. I'm 32, and I'm like, right.
I always say, because like I've got clients now that are obviously in addiction, and the, you know, some of them are really young, like 19, 20-year-old. And their biggest downfall is that they think they're invincible. They've got all this time ahead of them. The age of people becoming addicted to stuff now is getting lower and lower and lower each time. And we're not talking about just dabbling, we're talking full-blown addiction. And I'm telling them, listen, this dream that you've got, it ain't going to coexist with the lifestyle you're living. And I can say that confidently because I had big dreams. I had big hopes when when we were younger. I wanted to do things, and because I prioritised the partying because it were new,
Yeah.
and we've got a bit of freedom. I had to sacrifice all that.
Do you think there's a lot more awareness about? Because I just think, like, looking back, I've actually just spoke to the woman in cafe this morning about this. Like, when we were younger, and I think anyone generations before us, drinking or whatever, it's always been the norm, especially in England. Like,
Yeah,
everyone on the weekend drinking has never been an issue. Like, that's just the normal for most people. Like, is even to now. But I believe, I think the awareness comes from what people can achieve if they're not doing it.
yeah. I mean, it definitely pattern icing is it is British culture. As soon as we turn 18, kids get a beer. It's not let me go do this way, let me show you that, I'll give you this experience. It's have a pint, have a vodka blue or something like that. And it's that is sort of like the gateway, an adult saying to you, welcome to the big world, have a pint of poison. And then we realise there's no restrictions now and it's just downhill from there. I think that starts the ball rolling. Other factors can come into play, such as like, if parents have been through addiction, all that type of stuff, or if parents are heavy drinkers, partiers, kids pick up on that, and it just sort of spirals from that point. But yeah, it's what were your other point on it?
Yeah, no. So I just think, like, from me, it's just because I've seen. So out of all people that might drink or whatever, like, or do whatever they do, right? So most people do actually just, they can get by, or they can live a normal life, or they're happy doing the normal job, which is, there's nothing wrong with that. It's the few people that literally ruin their life,
Yeah,
and each one of the people that start drinking could be them. That's the reason why I'm so big behind it. Like, to try to push that message, if any, about like the drinking drugs would be just like how many people I've seen it ruin.
yeah.
Like, even to like my age or whatever, and I just think there needs to be. Well, is there any right amount? Do you know what I mean? So
I see with alcohol, it's weird because alcohol is such an accepted drug, but it's probably the worst thing you could be addicted to. Like, for me, sometimes it's easier to deal with 10 cocaine addicts than it is one alcoholic, just because it's so widely available. But I think it's not good for you anyway. As soon as you put it in your body start to filter it out. It don't matter if it's a little bit or a lot. Um, but I think over time, it don't matter. It don't matter if you feel like you've got control of it. If you are doing it every weekend as a blowout, and you cannot just stop doing it, you have some kind of dependency to it.
and I think that's, how you ever would say it before. It's like you live for the weekend,
Yeah,
and I think that runs away with you, and that's where your time disappears when you're always looking. You can't wait just for weekend. As soon as it hits Friday, right, it's time to have a drink.
yeah.
But I just feel like a lot of dreams die in that routine.
Yeah, they do. They do because you got to think as well. It's a depressant, right? And then whatever comes with drink when you're out binge drinking or with drugs and whatever, mental health's an absolute shed for a week. And this is a big thing I'll touch on now. There's a lot of things out there now for men's mental health and everything like that, but they're not talking about the underbelly of it, which is drink and drugs. It's a taboo topic. That's why I get it out there as much as I can. Stop ignoring it. Like, we all know somebody around our age, sadly, that's taken their own life. And chances are they've been using around the time of the death. But nobody's going to talk about that. People who sold them the drugs are going to talk to your boys, go to your local Andy's Man Club meeting, do this, do that. But they're not, they're not going to say,
Yeah.
stop taking drugs because that's what makes you sing your final song and dance your final dance. And I'm sick of seeing that. Do you know what I mean? Like, let's get straight to the nitty-gritty about it.
Yeah, so, well, that move on to the next bit there. So obviously you've always been sporty, got a little bit carried away with the partying, and then what ultimately led to leaning clean, which is,
So there were a few things. Obviously, I I looked at everything out there in terms of how to get clean, how to get sober, and it just didn't. Obviously, I tried these things, but it just didn't click for me as a person. And this is why I widely believe that not one shoe fits all, you know? And for me, I had to go back to my roots of what I like doing as a person, who I am, what's in my DNA, and it is sports and training, and because I know it makes me feel good. I know I've got good genetics, I've got a good physique, and when I train, I look good. When I look good, I feel good. I'm ambitious, so I thought if I put all that together, like, is that going to make me tick it out with it?
Yeah.
You know? Went to a GP to try to put me on antidepressants. I was like, no, because it's still substance dependence. You are literally just swapping drugs that make you gain to a drug that cuts off any natural dopamine release and gives you an artificial one. And I was like, no, like, and I don't want to go sit in a circle and talk about my problems.
Yeah.
I thought I want to be active. I want the natural dopamine release. I want to get fit. I want to get healthy. I want to put good stuff in my body, and I want to be around a bunch of people that are talking positive, not people that are dwelling up past, not people that are doped up on medication. I didn't want that. I know, we're very specific about what I wanted. And a lot of people were like, nah, you know, you've got to go this way because this is what's been done for years. And I'm like, no, like, I trust my instincts in that sense.
And so do you reckon that's what made you want to make an alternative route to help people, because you thought that they want a wide enough service available to, obviously there's money in it for anyone medication wise, and there's money for government wise. Is always, it's easier to give everyone tablets and medicated, and there's a system of money in it.
Yeah. I mean, I will never go to a GP for general health advice, right? Ever. If I've got cold,
I think COVID ruined that for everyone.
yeah,
Like,
yeah.
no trust.
But if you went to like that, there's a reason why people come to people like me and you, right? For health advice, they don't go to the GP because they're just going to put them on a tablet.
Yeah.
Right? They don't know the foggiest about general health and fitness. They know how to treat an illness, not how to prevent an illness. They don't talk about it, right? According to them, a balanced diet, you see balanced diet sheets they give you. It's so backwards, man. I'm like going to get fat and high cholesterol off that. But that's it, and it's so sort of one-dimensional. And with me, I just thought, no, there's a different way, you know, because a lot of addiction starts in a GP's office. You work your back at work, you go to GP, give you strong pain meds, right? They say you get addicted to them. They want you addicted to them, but when they see that it's point of no return, they stop giving you them. Not going to phase you off them, just stop giving you them. And then what you're going to do, you're going to go buy drugs off a dealer. And then you're going to end up back in that GP's office saying, right, I'm addicted, not to your stuff, but to that guy's stuff. And then they're like, right, now take this other medicine, and then you just go full circle again. Right, so I thought, how do I break that cycle? How do I break that chain? Because I don't want that to happen. Because that happened to my dad before he passed away, and he ended up going into heroin addiction. So I thought, how do I not get to that point? Because I've done everything he did. So how do I stop that? And it was a case of, right, what makes me feel good? What do I need? And literally everything that I did in my own recovery, I self-researched how I felt. I monitored everything, and I just started putting content out there, and people resonated with it.
Yeah. And it's off quick though, doesn't it?
Massively. Just one video, just a I think I was 3 months at time, 3 months sober. I put like a transformation video. Not even that. So I started getting clean in November. It was December I put the video on. So a month.
Yeah.
And it got 2.4 million views on that video, and it just went bang, 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 bang. And now it's nearly 2 years old, this company. So it's over 1,000 people start the journeys and counting. And it's just, yeah.
So the recovery is heavily based on the fitness aspect.
Yeah, it's 1,000,000%. Because, I mean, when you exercise, obviously you've got ambitions and stuff like that. You know, you have a natural sort of gift at doing that, but you do it because it makes you feel good. If it didn't make you feel good, you wouldn't do it, right? Now, not everybody that I work with to help them get through, you know, beginning stages of recovery and addiction, they're not athletes.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But the whole premise of it is to get the body moving to unlock that part of the brain.
Don't you think that addicts make the best trainers once they get going now? Because
Yeah.
any addiction's addictive personality, and once they get the teeth stuck into anything, like as soon as they start training, they're obsessed with training. And they're great people to work with. So once, obviously, there can be places where they fall off it. Like, don't get me wrong, but usually when they're on it, they're so switched on, so highly motivated, most dedicated, because they've got something else that they can get stuck into. There's something like, more importantly, something I can be more proud of.
Yeah, that's it. I think I don't know. This is another big thing. I don't look at addiction as a disease. I just personally don't. That I wasn't so much an alcoholic. I was a drug addict. So people might look at alcoholism as a disease, and you know what? Respect that. I look at addiction as an energy, right? It's addictive energy, and it can be a superpower. It worked pretty well for me, channeling it into business, fitness, helping people, everything morally good. You know, if I can channel that there, then you're going to get a positive outcome from it. If you channel it into wrong things, there's going to be negative outcomes. Simple science. Do you know what I mean? But what I found with people is when I get them into the routine of exercising and they start to see the benefits, they feel the benefits first, the dopamine hit, everything, the cold water therapy, saunas, all that type of stuff, just general self-care, because that's where it starts from, just learning to be hygienic again, right, and feel good in yourself. And then they start to see weight loss and muscle gain, and then they feel confident in the clothes, and then before you know it, they're going bang, 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 and they're running IROX races, they're getting ready for photo shoots, and it's great to see, like, the first picture they send me, when it's crackhead vibes. And now they look like they're ready to go do the first pro IROX. It's unbelievable.
But I feel what's great about being willing to start a training is that naturally they want to start training people because of how good they felt.
Yeah, they do.
Got a story. There's no limit to it. That's what I'm saying. That addictive personality is like, what can I do next? How can I make it? How can I feel even better? Like, even though they feel amazing, they want to feel even better. And that's like helping people. I'll help myself. I feel unbelievable, and they want to pass all that on to someone else. So I feel like it just keeps going up in these stages, and there's like a version of it where it's going up like a pyramid to
Yeah.
then they start returning it back to everyone else.
Because you look at it, it's I can't remember what I'm saying now, but it's basically, it's like anything. Like, to make a successful business, if you don't have a degree, if you don't have anything like that, and you want to make something yourself, you sell the solution to the problem that you were in.
Yeah.
Right? And I am heavy on this with my guys. I say, look, you don't have to copy what I do, but what I want you to do when you get to that stage is I want you to find a way to help people, whether that is through being a PT, being a nutritionist, being a psychologist, being, whatever it is, like, find a way to help people and duplicate that process.
Yeah.
It's all about duplication, and that's a big thing for me. Like, if you want to make the world healthier and fitter, right, and you want to get rid of you want to fight the war on drugs, you don't take dealers off the street, right? You get people clean, cut off the demand for the supply. That's it. Because you set one dealer off a street and 3 more will spawn up. You know what I mean? Like something on COD. Just get people clean, get people healthy, get people back in gyms, get them training, get them shredded, and mate, we're laughing.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? We've just probably cut mental health problems in half, obesity in half, addiction rates in half, everything. And when you're training, you'll know it creates discipline, which can then create discipline over your money, over family life, all these type of temptations. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fitness for me has been the core fundamental.
And where do you want to go with it in the end? What's the overall goal? Is it just help as many people as possible? Or?
Yeah, I mean, it's mad because I
always see that you're doing like good new deals with people or big collabs with people like that as well. So
yeah,
is it just keep scaling it, see how many people can help, or is it to get, like you just said, more people on board, more people telling their story, or sort of under the same banner, really get a big wide spread and just keep infecting everyone with these good benefits?
See, I've sort of drawn, like, I had this big plan that I want to do this, I want to do that. There will be a wellness centre opening in the near future. That sort of sign still delivered in a sense, but I want more, as many as I can, simply just to offer a new form of recovery. You know, different route for people. But I've kind of just learnt now that how it is for me is working absolutely fine personally. The method I take with people is helping people. I don't want it to go to a point where it can't be managed, because it could easily get to that point. Like I say, I put one video online and it could generate 8 to 10 new clients a week. You know, at the minute we're just over 100 clients, so it's like, you know, and there's me and somebody else working for me that was a client of mine.
Yeah.
So it's managing it right. So I have to go through growth stages, maintaining stages, growth, maintain, that type of cycle. But I'm just gonna see where it goes.
Yeah.
But obviously my main interest is making sure that the clients are safe, everybody's looked after, everybody's needs are getting met. You know, that's main thing.
I think I've talked about it on nearly every other podcast, to be honest. It's just enjoy the journey. Then you find just enjoy it. Like, I love everything about whether it's doing this podcast, it's getting to see you again after all these years, sort of all similar qualities that bring us all back to this point. Like, we've all had his bad stages, some worse than others. But ultimately, it's the fitness stuff that brings everyone back. And I think no matter what your goals are, and we've all got very much in common.
Yeah. I think, you know, if people like being you, we get to a stage where we settle down, we have kids, right? We had this, you know, we had these ambitions and stuff like that, and we kind of fucked about with ambitions a bit. Do you know what I mean? We're like, didn't
Try to say, you know,
yeah, we weren't quite ready to go out way, but then as soon as you have them bands, mate, you're like, game's changed a bit now. And then, but if you notice, you get to around your 30s, your early 30s, and everybody starts taking it serious now, because you realise you're not getting any younger.
100%. Right, just escapes, you know.
Exactly, but I think, I don't know, I'm looking at it like, is that how it should be?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? This is it, because
Some people never realise, though.
no, they don't.
Some people never realise, oh, they start doing it, and you always get, I wish I'd done it when I was younger. Like, for me, there's no time like the present. Doesn't matter if you're 50, doesn't matter if you're 20. Like, when you reach a realisation point at some point where there's more out there, or there's getting out of that small town mentality, or the dreams that you've got and ambitions, like, they're achievable, but it's down to you. Like, every time you do that, like, I don't care what anyone says, once you drink, even if you're drinking on a Friday, if you've got big ambitions, like, if you're happy to do your 9 to 5, that all power to you, that's fine. If you have got the massive ambitions, like, every time you do any of the things you're drinking, and you're knocking your time back, like,
There you are.
and you know where you're as highly motivated on the Monday as you are midweek. Once you start getting your real dopamine again, and it's all things, like, I feel like, depending on the scale you want to go at, and I think that's what it's the hardest, because the people with the biggest dreams then realise they need to really go out and chase it fast.
Yeah, they do.
Go on, mate.
But no, but it's, see, for me it was weird, because like we even mentioned before we started filming then that I was doing multi-level marketing when I was younger. Dipped my toe in loads of types of businesses. So, but I believe everything that I've done in past has led to this point.
Yeah.
You know, everything, even the addiction, like, to me it was meant to be.
Yeah.
And for me, I thought, I don't know, I always used to say openly, I feel like there's something for me. There's something lined up for me, and I couldn't quite, you know, but I was always quite thinking that I never had a degree, I didn't have any of this stuff, I couldn't be arsed going to uni, but I thought, how am I going to get there without doing all that? And then to be at this position now, because anybody that can start a business from scratch and make an income for the cent, hats off to you.
Yeah.
You know, without getting in student loan debt, that's massive. And even through course of my sobriety, I was like, yeah, it's a lot of attraction working for me, because I like, you know, that. And then I started like, I started really thinking about it, and I'm like, nah, it's bigger than that.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? That there's something bigger at scale here.
Yeah.
To go from what I went through, the people I was involved in, the stuff I've gone through, to now be doing what I'm doing, right? And they say blowing my own trumpet, but I can put words out there and it can impact people's lives. And I think that's that's not just a skill. Because sometimes I don't even know what I'm going to say when camera comes on. I just get talking. But it'll impact somebody in Australia who'll say, I saw this video 6 months ago and I'm 6 months clean, and I'm like, I'm just talking shit, mate. Right? But it's got that ability to help somebody. And I thought that there's some
Yeah.
feels like
So I know the level that this is going to go to. So just in between before you get there. So do you feel like, as a person, though, it's weird how you fall through like your trials and tribulations, aren't you? So I feel like even through hardship is where you learn your most lessons.
of course you do.
So whether people come from tough backgrounds, tough upbringing, whether it's down to parents' side that they've had to see that and realise, make the change.
Yeah.
People who, again, we're talking about addiction, people who've gone through that, then to get away from that is mentally tough anyway. So being able to get through that is a lot of growing involved. Again, through everything, like you said, spinning entrepreneur, also dealing with them demons at the same time. Like all of this sort of forges into who we are today. And I think it makes us, we are those trials and tribulations. We won't have to be as strong as you are.
Exactly.
I know like what we wanted to come to know now. Yes, something that you did mention to me. I think they'll be interested to know that.
Yeah. I mean, I said to you before, don't I? I do feel a bit of an hypocrite now.
Yeah.
Right? Because I've never slandered like religion or anything like that. I've always said, if that's what you believe in, that's what you believe in. And don't get me wrong, I'm like hardcore atheist, even at the start of my addiction, like start of my recovery. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, it's all me, and I've put the effort in and everything, and I have to a certain degree. But when I sat back scaling stuff, and I don't know what it was, right? Literally, there's been at least 10 lads over the past couple of weeks that have come to me and says they've had some form of awakening, right? And anybody that knows me watching this will go, is he relapsed? No, I haven't. Right, I haven't, but trust me. And if you're watching this and you've had a similar experience, right, it might resonate. But to go from being an hardcore atheist and believing in yourself as like this self-righteous person, that's
the main character.
Yeah, the main character. And then all of a sudden you realise, hang on a minute, someone just did shit. I mean, past few weeks, mate, I pieced everything together. It made sense that the moment that, because I tried going different places to get clean, and no were working, and the moment I got on my knees and says, can't believe I'm going to do this, but God, can you just give me a starting point and I'll do the rest? And then shortly after that, like the day after, found somebody that was going to help me, and things started happening. And then the vision for me being clean, a couple of days into being clean, the logo, the name, the awards night, Yorkshire Choice Awards, being what it is now, all this podcast, everything, it's all coming to reality. And just the ability to go, and I've seen evil, mate. I've been around evil. Do you know what I mean? I've been around groups of people that literally embody what sin is.
Yeah.
You know, and I lived it. And I just look at all that and I thought, well, nah, I can't. I'm too much of a mess up for God to come to me. You know what I mean? Like, why is Jesus going to come to me?
Yeah.
You know, but you don't go to perfect people. You know, I'll go to people that are messed up, people that did commit sin, people that did commit murder, all that type of stuff. And that's who he chooses to be messenger. And I don't know what it was. I just got hit with it. I'll be honest with you. I saw the video of Charlie Kirk getting paid, and that gave me a pain that I've never felt before. You know, I watched the guy's videos. You know,
Variety swing. I can't believe you can even see stuff like that on social media. I didn't even mean to watch it, and I seen it.
I just got sent it.
That can't be good for people to see it.
No, but I just got sent it, and it was like close view of it, and I just dropped me bottle of water on the floor, and I was like, no, and it just gave me this pain for days after, and I found myself getting drawn towards God again. Me, I'm like checking my temperature and everything. What's going on here? And I'm getting emotional, mate. Really, really emotional. And I'm looking back at my life and everything, and it was just like this warm feeling, everything. And I just got to a point where I said, you know what? I'm not even denying it anymore. I'm not even denying it, mate. I went upstairs. Well, I went to my mum's, got my Bible that I had from when I was a kid, everything, got my rosaries, and I prayed and I started reading, mate.
Yeah.
And it just, yeah, it's just there.
That's it. I think that's where I must be going wrong. So it's like a funny touch on it, because I think at times everybody looks for an higher power, whoever it is, whatever it is. I mess about with it, saying it's like fight gods as well, and I don't know who I'm talking to, but I know, especially like fight week, I'm just like, no matter what, just please, just give me give me a sign, or just give me some guidance for it, and I'm massive on it. Maybe he's not always looked after me because I only ask him when I need him, but
the same people use him as an ATM machine.
100%. I feel like we've all get to that point, but I'm also then torn between everything happens for a reason. I love all the stuff with the universe, and as I always look. Do you remember the film Bruce Almighty?
Yeah.
When he's sweeping the floor up and everything starts going good, like you said, self-care, looking after yourself, and I always feel like that's massive though. Like as soon as I start looking after myself and putting energy into the right things and being positive, similar to law of attraction, things good start happening.
Again, no, law of attraction. I just think now I was massive on that for years, right? Now even I'm looking at it saying that's an atheist way of using God's word.
That's all, mate. I love all these. That's what I'm still stuck between, because I look Christian because I'm somebody's godparent, so I got christened for that, and I've never really been like, I don't know what you believe in. Like I said, everyone looks to an higher power at some point in their life. I don't care who you are. You'll be sat there when things are getting hard, and you're just like, why is it into me? Or I think that's a good way to put it. Everyone using like ATM machine. You just all of a sudden you're like, man, I need you today. You know what I mean?
It's like people that you know, swear down that they are atheists, that they don't believe in it.
Yeah.
But why do you go get your kids christened? Right? Why are you celebrating Christmas? Why, why when somebody's passing away in your family, do you pray? Why do you say sending prayers? What are we praying to? You don't believe in, oh dear. Do you know what I mean? So it's there, but I think without...
I think a lot of it comes from desperation, though, doesn't it?
It does. But you know what?
When you've got nothing else.
But have you noticed that when you're praying desperation, mate, things happen? That's, you know what I mean? Because you're not just, oh God, let me win lottery. Do you know what I mean? But it's like, I got on my knees and said, God, just give me a sign, but I'm done. And it felt like God went, right, now you're done, I'm going to take over.
Mate, do you know what? Like, again, I never thought I'd be having these conversations, but I'm enjoying it, man. Enjoyed it.
I didn't,
but I'll do the same, but then I've had that, and then I lost my fight. But then I also then thought, well, that was reason, because that made me feel like, I realised how much I did want it.
Yeah.
And there's always a sign behind it. Again, don't know if the sign's written in stars already. Sometimes I like to look at it like that the future's already been chosen, depending on the things that I'm doing. If I'm doing everything right, if I'm sober, if I'm training, if I'm looking after myself, if I'm being a good dad, being a good fiance, if I'm doing all the right things, that everything will lead, will work out properly. I love that mentality because it keeps me in right frame of mind. And even if things go wrong, or when I'm going into my fights, I think I've done everything I should have done. Whatever's meant to happen is meant to happen now. And like I said, God's got the plan.
You have to find the lesson.
Yeah, 100%. And I feel like there's so many lessons, even through your losses then, because I just sort of wanted to come back in, jump in pro, sort of skip queue again. And with everything that happened, brought me like, they changed the rules. I had to go back through the boxing thing, and all that made me realise just how much I wanted to do it. Like, I just thought, oh, come in, or I know then I can say, right, I've been pro. And then I can live my life off that. But no, I've had to pay my dues. I've had to earn it. I've had to learn loads of new skills on a completely separate, higher skill level. And again, all happened for a reason.
So remember, like, you're getting to a point, it's going well for you now.
Yeah.
But you lost all that at one point.
Yeah.
When I was in addiction, I was begging from my family about this, I want this business, I want the life I've got now.
Yeah.
What had to happen first? I had to lose it.
Yeah.
Right? There's a pattern, and I think there's a design to it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you won't design that. I designed that. Who's designed that? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? So it is bizarre, and like I say, there's still a part of me that was like, But the more I get into it, I'm like, I'm same mindset as you. As long as I stay clean and sober, right, and I'm a good person, and I do what I'm meant to be doing, look after myself, number one, because if I don't look after myself, I can't look after anybody else.
Yeah.
I'll get anything I want.
Yeah.
But I need to be of service to other people as well. And when you look at that, it is the life of a righteous man. I'm not saying I'm perfect. Nobody's perfect. You know what I mean? But you start reading Bible and stuff, New Testament, you realise that everything you've read in a self-help book, every business quote, everything is from there.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And your eyes just open and you're like, obviously there's bits of it you're like, is that right? Is that right?
Yeah.
And for me, it's mind-boggling because I am mean and clean sort of being built on the no higher power thing. So I've been honest, but because every bit of my journey, I used to help other people. That's what it is. I've got no degree in this. I go off my own experience. And I've told all my clients, I've said, look, this is a no higher power program, right? This is a non-religious program, but I've got to tell you what I've gone through. But the difference is that I'm 2 years clean and sober when this has happened, not brought into religion in a vulnerable state.
Yeah.
That's the thing, you know.
Yeah, no, that's a good one. That's because, like I've been saying, it usually comes at your time, at your most desperate need, where you're like, please, someone, just whoever it is, just help me. But obviously yours came at a completely different time to
So yeah,
the usual person, yeah, is it chosen one?
probably what, mate, it's, I just, yeah, but you know what's weird as well, I just sort of see like I don't even feel, I feel like it's not done yet. Like, some people think, like, right, you know what I mean, you're at the stage where you are now with mean and clean, what's next? You know, what's next? And I'm like, well, I don't know, because it's going pretty well, and now it's all down to me. You know, has God got a plan for me next? And now this has happened. It's like, this is the first time I'm talking about this. I've not put anything, I've shared a few stories, but nothing, you know, explaining it. This is the first time, and I don't know what the reception from it's going to be like. But you know what, Elvis? But you know what? But you know what, though? I wish people...
Mate, just this alone, like, I've spoke to so many people already, and everyone's path's been different. Every one of them, the thing in common is it's got fitness involved.
Yeah.
This is another great path, mate. So whether it was said at the right time, and again, one person might be watching it who's very, very similar to you, or had the awakening, or in the same, each guest I get on, like, I feel like he's gonna help at least one person. And like I spoke to you before this, I never set this up to I just enjoy doing it, you know. I enjoy doing it, like we've said earlier, enjoy the journey. I listen to podcasts constantly all the time. So to be able to come on and give other people a platform, and even just show how many different stories related around the same industry, all through like completely different paths, like, it's just mad. And in different ways how they're dealing with them, or different ways how they're giving back. And I think that's what's gonna ultimately separate this podcast as well, which I love, is it's just growing while everyone else is growing.
Yeah.
I think that's great, like, little slogan for it. So
yeah, that's it. And it's, I mean, I'm big on, what is it, me? I'm big on giving back as well. Do you know what I mean? Like, there's been I don't announce it really. This is probably going to be the first time I mention this as well, but there's been other businesses, you know, other podcasts, me and you were being on No Bones Fine Talk. Yeah. And I'll shout out to them boys. I wanted to give them, you know, I wanted to support them when they went over really.
Yeah.
I wanted to support them with that. So we're like, yeah, you know, it's a bit of a donation, get yourself up, because I'd rather do that, support a starting business, than a charity. Do you know what I mean? Somebody's getting paid in that charity. I'm okay.
It's a massive scam.
Me and cleaning a charity is a for-profit business, because if I'm going to do this right, I need to get paid so I can do this full time, right? But I will donate to other people to make their dreams come true.
Yeah.
I'd rather do that than donate to something that...
Well, they only get 3% now in charities, don't they? I did loads of research on that and what a scam that is, and that it's just put me off everything. When
Like life insurance.
mate, all of it, man, like, just, yeah, what I could, that's a separate podcast on its own, but
Yeah, it's...
like, just crazy, innit? When they come round, and I feel bad knocking them back, but now when I realise that 3% of money's going, and everyone who's CEOs of that business have got £5 million houses, but there's still people struggling, man. You can't.
But again, it feeds back into what we're talking about fitness and health and nutrition and stuff, because it's like, yeah, I mean, you've heard the saying, you know, there's more money in treating a disease than curing a disease. If you cure it, it's done. Do you know what I mean? So it's like they're always going to constantly want that thing. And that's where it gets you down big rabbit hole and wormhole of, you know, they try to poison you so that you get cancers and stuff like that.
I need to do another podcast over this. But we did a separate podcast just for these, so that'd be interesting, mate. I feel like we've got a lot in common on that.
Yeah. Big farmer.
Taking a leg and love. So I think on that note, Max, where can people find you, mate?
Facebook, just Meaning Clean. Instagram, TikTok, Meaning Clean UK. meaningclean.co.uk on the internet. You can book a consultation, all that type of stuff. Just search my name as well. You can find that links for everything's on there. On YouTube under Meaning Clean UK also. And yeah, I'm going to be getting my own podcast out again soon.
Oh, good, mate.
So I'll put them on back there.
That's awesome. Well, we'll definitely get you on again, mate, because I feel like just that last 2 minutes, I realised some fun topics that we can talk about. So it's been mint to have you on, Mark. Pleased to see you again, mate. Thank you. Remember, everybody, like and subscribe. Wash. Hey, camera, go on.